pollution, water pollution, and air pollution.
Yes. So what is pollution? Pollution are the unwanted things in the nature that are not desirable. It may be present in air, it may be present in water also. Unwanted sound. We have read in chapter sound. So what is sound pollution? There are different types of pollution: air pollution, water pollution, sound pollution. What is sound pollution that we have read?
Playing very loud musics is the noise pollution.
Is the, yes, noise pollution. So what is that range? We have read about that the unit is decibel. So after which decibel, how many decibel it becomes a pollution?
Heat.
No, just go back to your chapter. 60 decibel plus 60 decibel plus, it will give to give rise to noise pollution, and more than 80 decibel it is unbearable. We have read this in our previous chapter sound, है ना? So
Yes.
yes, pollution is a very serious concern nowadays all over the world, and it is a serious that we should be aware of this situation, and we have to take, each and everyone has to have to do anything to reduce this. We have to be very aware, we have to very conscious, we have to have the information that how we are going to reduce the pollution. So air pollution, what is air pollution? Air pollution is the process or the pollution that takes place when unwanted particles, undesirable unwanted particle, the percentage of those particles increases in the air. Okay, so what are they? Anyone can tell me that what are the particles, undesirable particles that we can say that their presence will cause pollution? Give some examples of
Ma'am, the smoke
substances.
from factories and smoke from vehicles.
The smoke from factories and vehicles. So what are the composition? Can you tell me some chemical?
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide, mostly coming from the vehicles. Okay, we have just and you know that carbon monoxide is having a very high affinity to combine with
Yes, yes.
hemoglobin more than oxygen. So if you're standing in a place that is a traffic, you're standing for an hour or two and everyone is switching on, that is the engine is on, and what will happen? CO2, CO, carbon monoxide is CO. Along with CO2 they will come, they will liberate, and what will happen? The persons may feel suffocated. Why? Because while we are inhaling air, carbon monoxide is there inside the air, and what will happen when you are inhaling, and in the lungs, in the alveoli mainly, what will happen? Hemoglobin will take up carbon monoxide instead of oxygen. So what will happen? There will be deficit of oxygen in the blood, and there will be what will happen? Aerobic respiration will stop, so everything will get suffocated. Ultimately it may leads to death also. So yes, it is a very harmful gas. It leads to pollution. Carbon dioxide also, it is called a greenhouse gas. Why carbon dioxide is called a greenhouse gas? Why carbon dioxide is
Ma'am,
called a,
ma'am,
yes
can I?
Aviral?
Ma'am,
Yes Aviral.
because ma'am, it is ma'am one of those gases, ma'am, which form the ozone layer.
No, why it is called greenhouse? No, that is ozone layer is,
Ma'am,
you
it
know,
warms
by
the
the
earth.
name. Yeah, just Rupika, wait. Ozone layer by
Just
means.
towards global warming.
Yes, Abdiel. Yes, Rupika, what you're telling?
Ma'am, carbon dioxide warms the earth.
Why? Why? Shatakshi?
Ma'am, it traps the heat and does not allow it to escape in space.
Yes. So what will happen? You know, sun rays are coming and falling on the Earth's surface. You have read in class 7 that there are these three parts. That is one heat, one a part of it, that is the light is reflected, a part is absorbed, and the part of the light energy is transmitted. So the radiated reflected ray of the sun is trapped by some substances like carbon dioxide, like water vapor, and hence they are called the greenhouse gases. So what will happen if they go on trapping, if their percentage increases and they go on trapping the heat reflected ray? What will happen? The global temperature will increase. It has, we have observed also through many years now, the global temperature is much more higher, it has increased. So yes, that is why they are called the greenhouse gases, but because it increases the global temperature. Earlier it was a good thing. Okay, why it is they are called greenhouse gases? Have anyone has gone to the hill station ever? You have visited a hill station? Have you all visited any hill station?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So what will happen in the hill station, there is a house that is called the Orchid House. I think you have heard about Orchid House, where plants are kept in the mountain region where it is very cold, and it is kept under a dome shaped transparent covering so that the cold cannot enter inside. So what is happening, the plants are there inside this place. It is also called a greenhouse. So what will happen? The sun ray will come and fall on this plants and also inside, and what will happen? The reflected radiated ray, they cannot go outside this dome shaped structure. Why? Because the plants are respiring and there is carbon dioxide, moisture is also there. This carbon dioxide and moisture, they are trapping these reflected ray, that is a type of heat from this reflected ray. And what will happen after sunset? This dome shaped area will be having a much warmer climate than the extreme cold outside, and this was called greenhouse. That was a benefit earlier. But now what has happened, just similar to this, just consider our earth and atmosphere. In atmosphere, the level of carbon dioxide or the greenhouse gases are increasing due to pollution, and as a result, this reflected ray of the sun are being trapped more and more, and hence ultimately it is increasing the global temperature. And that effect, that is a harmful effect, and it is called global warming. And hence you have heard about that glaciers have started melting now also, the sea level is rising. Why?
Yes, ma'am.
Because of this global warming. Am I clear? These two terms are clear. Greenhouse effect, that was a good one earlier, but it has increased so much. The greenhouse gases increased so much due to pollution. Now it has gone to or give a phenomenon called global warming. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
One more thing we are going to read. I told that someone told that smokes from the factories are coming, vehicles are coming. So other than these two substances, there are many other pollutants. Anyone can give me some name of those pollutants? We have heard about in metals and non-metals. Sulfur dioxide, sulfur are coming. Sulfur is
Ma'am,
reacting with
nitrous
oxygen.
oxide.
Nitrous,
Yes.
different oxides of nitrogen. It may be nitric oxide, it may be nitrogen dioxide, it may be nitrous oxide. Okay. So
Ma'am,
all
CFC.
CFC, chlorofluorocarbons also. So what will happen actually? Actually, the atmosphere, the normal percentage that we are reading so much in history also, in science also, 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen. Now 21% of oxygen is not there. It has decreased a little bit. Then it has come nearer to 20%, and 1% the rest. But that rest has increased more than 1% other gases, and those only containing those harmful pollutant. Okay, so we have to reduce that. Be conscious, children. This is a chapter for your awareness, because we have lived our life, half life, or but you have to live the rest of the life, and you have to carry on your generation also, Hannah. So what will happen, that one these gases, these oxides of non-metals, what will happen when they react with water? Oxides, we have read about metals and non-metals. Oxides of non-metals, when reacts with water, what does they produce?
Acids.
They will produce acids. Very good. Yes. So what is happening when the first shower comes during the monsoon, or in the places where there are factories, lots and lots of factories, when rain comes, these oxides will chemically react with water, and they will produce acid. The rainwater become, without being distilled water, we just suppose, sometimes I think someone of you have asked about distilled water, है ना? Shatakshi, Rupika या Deepshika कोई पूछी थी, you have just asked. So that was distilled water earlier, but when nowadays they are coming through the atmosphere having all these harmful gases, non-metallic oxides, they will start to react and the water will become acidic. This phenomenon is called, what is it called? Acid rain. Okay. So these are the three main concerns regarding pollution, air pollution, that is greenhouse effect, global warming and acid rain. Do you have heard about Taj Mahal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have seen also, most of you have seen also. So it is
Yes, ma'am.
placed in a place where not very far from this place, factories are there and emission of harmful gases are taking
Ma'am,
place from
dump
there.
yards, dump yards are, ma'am, not too much close, but close to the Taj Mahal, ma'am.
Yes, if you just go and see across the river, Yamuna river, you are able to see those industries. Okay. So, yes, so what will happen? That atmosphere is full of this polluted oxide like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. All this will be there full. So, what will happen? When rainfall occurs over there, there will be acidic rain. So, ultimately, that Taj Mahal, that the one of the seven wonders of the world that has been made out of marble. What is the formula of marble? Calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Okay, so what will happen, this acid will start to react, or not will, this acid has reacted with these chemicals, that is the marble calcium carbonate, and what will happen? Yes, Abdiel, it will start to corrode and decolored. There are some corrosions उसमें मतलब that you can just fill it up from the surface, it will become rough because it has already started corroding. And what will happen, the color, the white color of Taj Mahal has been discolored, it has become a little bit yellowish. Okay, so this is an effect of this acid rain, of this air pollution that has highly affected Taj Mahal. Am I clear? So in this chapter we are going to read about this air pollution and also water pollution. How water pollution occurs?
Ma'am, when big factories dump their acid chemical waste
I'm
into
washing clothes in the river.
Okay, so what happens during washing clothes in the river? What happens? What actually goes to the river water?
Ma'am, ma'am, the dirts of the clothes when we
Dirts
wash
of the
the.
clothes along with acid also, bases also, sorry, because this detergents, you know, they contains base.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
water is indirectly become basic also along with the dirts also. Sometime or anything else that makes the water polluted.
Ma'am, sewage.
Sewage system, yes, if they are not treated, you have read in class 7 last chapter, treatment of sewage system, wastewater plant story. So if it is not treated properly, if water is not treated properly, if semi solid waste are not treated properly and they are just put into the water bodies like seas, like streams, like rivers, what will happen? They are actually adding some harmful substances, chemicals, acids into the water body. So what will happen? Actually, the water body will get harmed because all the animals over there, the plants over there will not able to grow in that unhygienic condition. The water becomes acidic or basic because of this all this waste that are put into the water. Okay, you have seen that wherever and whenever there are some occasions, pujas are done over there. Now in Allahabad also you have seen, in Varanasi also. What happens after puja? That we are just all just throwing, or we are just doing the puja, but we are just throwing all
Yes,
those
ma'am.
flowers and everything into water. Have you just thought that what will happen to this? They will just actually decompose and they can make the water, the pH level of water can differ, and it will harm the aquatic environment, it will harm the transparency. So all
Yes,
these are the cause that you should be conscious, children. Yes, you have to live. This chapter is only for you, for your consciousness, that how far you are getting conscious and you're trying to reduce pollution, whatever kind of pollution it may be. It's maybe the air pollution, water pollution, or sound pollution. Okay? This much is clear to all of you?
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.